So today was Mystery Day, and we had so much fun. We had all kinds of activities we did, and for the first time doing this room transformation, I had a real detective come in, and the kids were super excited. So let's see how our day went. The first thing that we did after coming back from specials was come into a very dark room with tea light candles everywhere, obviously fake, and some music playing. And I read this book, The Mysteries of Harris Burdick by Chris Van Allsburg. And the kids thought it was super creepy. But I had pictures from that book around the room with little fake tea light candles, and they had little finger flashlights. And they had to go around and choose a picture to write a story about. Somewhat of a mystery, and they really enjoyed that. Next,
I had Alibi, who has a sudden, dramatic, and important discovery that helps with an investigation.
We have been studying mysteries for the past week, and so we had some vocabulary. So we played an I have, who has, with the vocabulary words that we had been working on.
What? Can you say that again?
Yep, say it loud and proud.
I have Detective Sleuth, who has a person thought to be guilty of a crime.
I have suspect who has something that is unknown and not solved.
I have Mystery, who has a statement, document, or...
The next thing that we did was try and figure out who killed this guy. So I purchased a packet off of Teachers Pay Teachers, and it's called The Mountain View Mansion Murder. Who Killed Mr. Smith? And it's super cool. You get all kinds of graphic organizers. You have a bunch of clues. You have a coroner's report, witness statements, and they use it to help solve the case.
Her only cousin would kill each other, so that's it right here.
Okay.
Or that could be... Wait, but they wouldn't suspect her. We're not suspecting her, so that might be a motive.
I really don't have much to say. I didn't know Mr. Smith that very well. He and I were more like...
How do you say that word?
What's that? What's that word, Mr. Bruce?
Jace, you guys have to be at your area. I know, it's hard, but there's clues there. I know you are. Work together. Talk it out. I love listening to them talk this out and try and figure it out. They were so into it, and it just made me smile. What? I think everybody was just thinking at the same time. I didn't hear you, so. Because you all still call him Alfredo, and it's cracking me up. No, it's Alfaro. 10 minutes. Mine started to itch too bad. I had to take it off. I was afraid I was going to get a rash. I love it. No, is that the coroner's report? So that's the doctor who looks at the body to say what he sees about the body. So the coroner wouldn't have been there. The coroner is who gets the body after it happens. Shot or hit or whatever it was, yes. You have about 8 minutes. The file thing you can bring back. Put all of the clipped papers back together because obviously I reused them. They're laminated. Put everything back in the file folder and bring it to me. Everything in the file folder. Everything in the file folder and bring it back to me.
Then what was Mr. Mac doing 5 minutes before? more than 5 minutes out.
Oh, that I don't know. But yeah, he wasn't in on it, huh?
That's who we put because he was.
Yeah, I can see that. Thank you. Thank you. All right. As you come up here, the next thing that we're going to do is learn how to play Clue, which Brody suggested that was in. Do you remember this? This was all in my letter, my story.
I know all about Clue.
Not my story. My what's it called? Oh, what we should learn about. I already knew I was doing it. That's why it was easy to write about. Okay. Raise your hand if you have played Clue. Okay. We're playing the old version, not the new version. Okay. And we're going over the rules because what I find that happens a lot of times is we all play different ways. That way we all play the same way. Are you guys with me?
Presented by GatherTogetherGames.com.
After taking time to collect Clue games from Goodwill, we watched a video on how to play Clue. We had a quick discussion about it because we've all played different ways. And then we got into our groups and we enjoyed a fun game with our classmates. After lunch and recess, we had the pleasure of having a detective come in and talk to the class. He talked about his job, he talked about problem solving, he talked about some of the cases he had been on, and then he showed them how to collect DNA through a swab.
Inside that is a sterile swab, so her DNA is probably going to be all over the swab.
Great, she sneezed and it's going in my mouth.
Yeah, so no, haven't opened it. So what we do is we tell our individual, if we're collecting the DNA from an individual, to open up their mouth. We're going to put it on the side of his mouth and he'll close his mouth. We'll instruct him to close his mouth. And if you can see it, he can close it. And what I'll do is spin it around. And what that does is it captures, go ahead and open your mouth. It captures his DNA from his skin cells in his mouth. Sometimes we ask for blood. We don't have to ask for blood in this case, okay? Once we get it, we don't touch it, we don't mess with it. Cap goes on it in their presence if we're collecting it from someone. And then right away, it goes right into, because someone had a question about submitting it. When we submit it, when we give it to somebody at the lab, we make sure that it has never been touched by anybody else but us.
The last thing that he did was talk about touch DNA and fingerprinting. And so he had the kids touch their forehead and touch it to a keychain his wife had made, and they looked at their fingerprints. He then finally came around with the powder that goes with fingerprinting and dusted it over each fingerprint. And then we covered it with a piece of packaging tape, so that was something that they could take with them. They thought it was so cool. I think today turned out to be an amazing day.